This world has convinced us that our worth lies somewhere in the future once we do certain things. But in reality, the truth is your worth, it's inherent. You're inherently valuable. You're inherently loved. And again, you are inherently deserving of whatever life you want without having to do anything else. And once you recognize that, and once you really start believing that to be true, everything that you want will come to you with a lot more ease. What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I don't know what's been going on, but I feel like every time I'm online nowadays, I see so much content about improving yourself, glowing up, leveling up, yada, yada, yada. Even when it comes to our spiritual journeys, we often become very obsessed with improving all the time. And I feel like this obsession with improvement, self-improvement, is honestly so rooted in capitalism that it's actually crazy. Like, we genuinely see ourselves as these projects or like these machines that can constantly be improved with more fine tuning, with more, maybe read some more self-help books, maybe, I don't know, do like a new diet, something. There's always something that we can be doing to improve ourselves. And while I think it's amazing to strive to be better every single day, I'm definitely the kind of person who does believe in that and does buy into that mindset a lot. If you guys watch my videos, I'm sure y'all see this all the time, but I think it gets to a point where sometimes we really have to stop and recognize that who we are right now, who you are right now in this very moment is enough. I think oftentimes when we obsess over this idea that we have to improve and again do more, chase something in order to then be worthy of the life we want, that obsession, that thought process is actually what oftentimes hinders us from reaching the reality that we want, because we feel like we have to get somewhere else in order to be, again, who we want to be, or in order to achieve something, when in reality it's like whatever it is that you want your reality to look like, you deserve that reality without having to do anything else. And once you recognize that, and once you really start believing that to be true, everything that you want will come to you with a lot more ease. You'll actually start to see that your reality is already in the vibration of what you want, because even you having a desire to be better, to want, to do something to improve, means that you have the capacity to be that version of yourself. We often unintentionally obsess over the future because it gives us a sense of control. And I think someone on my channel actually commented this, which I really appreciated because I didn't think about it from this way before I read this comment. But when we think about the future, it gives us a sense of control. It allows us to feel like we are working towards where we want to be. But I think a lot of us have to also learn the lesson of receiving. We've literally been trained from age, like 6, and we're in kindergarten, to think that we have to be chasing, pursuing, going after things in order to be of any worth or value in this country and in this world just in general. We have to constantly be chasing a new goal, doing a new thing. I have a lot of people who, once I hit 100K on YouTube, and once I quit my job, they were like, what's next? What are you gonna do next? I can't wait to see what business you start next, or what. And I'm like, well, what if I just were to sit here and just enjoy this? What would happen if I really just allowed myself to just enjoy where I am right now? Because honestly, I've worked really hard. Most of us have worked really hard our entire lives. We've been in school, we had to, maybe you went to college, maybe you graduated, maybe then you got a new job, and then maybe you're working to get a promotion. You're constantly working to chase the next thing. And I feel like a lot of times when we really just allow ourselves to just sit and really just reflect on how far we've come and how hard we've all worked most of our lives to get to this point, we'll recognize that I think what a lot of us really just want is just to rest. I think a lot of us really truly just desire the feeling of just having some kind of inner peace and feeling like, okay, I am enough right now. I'm enough. I've done enough. There's nothing else I need to do to prove my worth in this world, because again, this world has convinced us that our worth lies somewhere in the future once we do certain things. But in reality, the truth is your worth, it's inherent. You're inherently worthy. You're inherently valuable. You're inherently loved. And again, you are inherently deserving of whatever life you want without having to do anything else. And I think honestly, life, this whole game of life, I think is literally just learning again and again how to love ourselves more deeply, how to love ourselves more unconditionally. And oftentimes, especially like in the spiritual community, there's this idea that we constantly need to be proving. Like healing in itself feels like this journey that's a constant battle, like this thing that we're constantly doing. And we often get very caught up in this like healer's trap. I saw Activation Vibration talk about this on her channel. I'll leave a link to that video down below because it's actually really, really good. We get caught up, especially like as spiritual people, like on this journey of like, I'm healing right now. Like I'm, you know, I'm going through this journey, yada, yada. And it feels like very dark and it feels very intense and heavy. And it feels like we have to be constantly worried about healing. Everything feels like it's a lesson on healing. So we feel like we have to be, you know, doing certain things. Like we feel like, you know, being spiritual has to look a certain way. We feel like we have to be isolating ourselves and we have to be, you know, I don't know, like there's just so many things that I see online, especially in the spiritual community of like, you need to be living your life a certain way in order to truly be healing. But I encourage you to recognize that like literally every single thing that you experience in life is beneficial to your spiritual journey, because the whole point of awakening or, you know, being spiritual is recognizing that you are literally the universe experiencing itself. So there's nothing that you can do that is going to pull you outside of yourself. Yes, there's going to be some things that you do that are not going to make you feel good, right? There's going to be some things that you do that are going to not be, you know, productive in you remembering who it is that you are, but that's a part of the journey too. We have to go through these periods of dark and light, but don't trap yourself in this idea of what healing has to look like. Don't trap yourself in this idea of, oh, I have to suffer in order to feel good, in order to be enlightened. I have to, you know, push away all my desires in order to whatever, get the life that I want. It's a lot of, there's so much stuff online about that. And I don't know. I've definitely been a part of that whole like movement. I think a little bit, I definitely did buy into that way of thinking for a really long time, but I just encourage you to recognize that like literally healing, being a spiritual person, being on a spiritual journey can look so many different ways, and you don't have to be focused constantly on improving and growing. That is so incredibly rooted in capitalism, and all you really have to do, your only responsibility in this entire journey of life, is to literally love yourself right now as you are, deeply and unconditionally, and recognize that who you are in this moment is worthy of whatever it is that you want in the future. You're already worthy of it. You don't have to do anything else because you are already perfect as you are. And once you start loving yourself that deeply, once you start really truly believing that, anything that it is that you want will come to you naturally. Like everything will start flowing to you much more easy because you genuinely are moving at a frequency where you believe that you are deserving of things. And when that happens, the universe just aligns. Like literally your reality very much aligns to your thought process. You have to really recognize that there's nothing else you have to do right now to change. All you have to do is recognize that, oh, I am deserving of whatever it is that I want. And then suddenly the things that you want will start coming to you. And I know I'm making it sound a little bit easier than it is. I know it's a journey. When you're being present in that journey, there's going to be those moments where it feels hard and where it feels difficult and where it feels like stressful even, you know? But that's a part of the journey too. Be present in all of it. Recognize that, again, no matter what is going on in your external world, whether you are in a very light and loving phase right now, or if you're in a really deep, heavy shadow work phase right now, right? It's all perfect. It's all okay. It's all acceptable. And you are still loved through you're exactly where you need to be. You have to recognize that when you want something, that thing is already yours. You just have to talk about that thing and look at that thing as if it's already happened to you. Stop saying you want something and start saying that you have it, right? Start speaking as if whatever it is that you want is already yours, because it is. And that's how you truly love yourself the most. You recognize that, okay, I want something, it's mine. I deserve it right now because I'm already inherently worthy of that thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to prove anything else to yourself. You don't have to prove anything else to the world. You don't have to prove anything else to the universe to show that what you want, you should be able to have. You can just have it. You can just embody that. You can just embody your future self right now. So let go of your attachment of the future outcome. and start just living in the present. That is literally the best spirit. Like, I know that there is 1,000,001 videos out there about how to improve yourself and how to level up, on how to glow up, whatever, but I'm telling you, the only advice that you need to come back to every single day is to be present and to love yourself unconditionally. Everything that you've done up until this point is perfect. Everything that you are in this moment is perfect. Let go of your past. Let go of who you were. Let go of all the mistakes you feel like you've made, all the things that you've done that have maybe blocked, where you want to be today. It doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. All you are in this moment is who you are in this moment, right? That's literally all that exists. All that exists is the present. So stop focusing on that outcome. Focus on the journey. I feel like I say this in pretty much every video at this point. This is like constantly, I guess, what my videos are coming back to is this advice to, again, just be present. But I just felt the need to kind of just come on here and remind you that, again, you are not a self-improvement project. There's nothing else that you have to change in order to be more deserving of love and the things that you want in life. So hopefully this resonated in some way, you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having an amazing week, and yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.